Matheus Cunha could be the perfect signing to kickstart Amorim's Man United rebuild. Look at how he takes Wolves from deep directly into the final third, with four Liverpool players surrounding him. Cunha still finds a way to score, and he turns slow build-up into dangerous chances in behind in just 2 seconds. So, what does Matheus Cunha do that makes him such a perfect fit for Ruben Amorim? And how will it actually look on the pitch? At Wolves, Cunha has already shown he can thrive in a system similar to what he'd find at Manchester United, operating as a left-sided attacking midfielder. Amorim wants a central carrier in this role, someone who can drive the team up the pitch when picking the ball up from deep, but also someone who can generate box entries via carrying the ball themselves. And Amorim actually played Pedro Gonçalves in this role at Sporting, and it's these key metrics that are exactly what Amorim demands. He averaged 2.72 progressive carries per 90, 1.95 carries into the final third, and 1.24 carries into the penalty area. Not just getting to that final third, actually getting yourself into the box where things often happen. And in comparison to Bruno Fernandes, who has often played in this role, his averages from this season are lower in every single metric. Now, let's take a look at Cunha's averages this season. He beats Gonçalves in every metric. So let me show you how Cunha he's really dominated this role. He understands it. Cunha has often shown his ability to drive Wolves up the pitch from deep, and sometimes picking up the ball right on the edge of his own box. He receives the ball with 4 Bournemouth players surrounding him, and Cunha drives forward and puts the opposition on the back foot. He continues this forward run directly towards the Bournemouth players, causing confusion over who should engage with him. And he's got that strength and he's got that control about him to allow him to ride challenges, bouncing off defenders as he powers forward. And for me, it makes him so hard to stop. Fouling him was the only way to end this attack. And this example, it shows Cunha receiving the ball from a flick in that left half space area, exactly where Amorim will want him. The easy pass is to Rodrigo Gomez on the outside, who can attack the vacated channel. However, Cunha's first instinct is always to drive centrally. He is such a maverick in that sense, causing tension, confusion for the opposition, which is an absolute nightmare to deal with. And Cunha often aims for this area at the top of the box, which opens up dangerous possibilities. He can slip in Gomez, who makes his first touch inside the box, or open to shoot himself. He's also actually brilliant at reading when he can drift centrally to receive the ball in between the lines. Here, Cunha uses his body and ball manipulation once again to keep one defender behind him, forcing them to foul him to get the ball, whilst also driving directly towards Joelinton and Bruno G. He shrugs off the defender, using his strength, forcing Bruno to apply pressure before simply laying the ball off to Aït-Nouri and continuing his run into the vacated space. Aït-Nouri, holding the width, creates space for Cunha to drive into and could be replicated very easily to great effect at Man United with Patrick Dorgu as that left wing back. Next up, this incredible strike. It comes at 1-0 down against Bournemouth, where he simply picks up the ball and hits a wah-pa-pa-pa-pa-pa. No player has scored more Premier League goals this season while playing on a losing team. 5 goals when his team needed him the most. Cunha thrives when the pressure is the highest. Wolves were 2-0 down at Anfield when Cunha found himself unmarked at the top of the box, desperate to drag his team back into the game. And what he does is he drifts into a pocket of space surrounded by Liverpool players, knowing that players like Van Dijk and Gravenberch, they are ready to throw themselves at his shot. But Cunha's playing a bit of 4D chess here. He stays calm, and with a quick fake shot, he sends both players into the air and off balance. And it's that composure in the moment, in those tight spaces, that gives him the window he needs. He curls it into the far corner on his weaker foot. He's not shying away from pressure, and that is something that I don't think people are talking about when they're talking about Cunha going to Manchester United. This example shows Cunha taking initiative whilst 2-1 down to Brighton. He receives the ball in plenty of space, creating a 5 versus 5 scenario in Brighton's half. And instead of passing responsibility, Cunha drives the ball all the way into the box, and he surveys his options quickly. He does what he loves to do, which is take it upon himself to pull the trigger, resulting in a goal and earning Wolves a valuable point. This is the mentality that Man United desperately need. I think that's clear for all to see it. And you need a player that's not going to hide even under pressure. One thing's for sure, he is not short of confidence. His numbers back up his confidence, averaging 3.6 shots per 90. With 46 shots outside the box and 49 inside, he isn't afraid to take charge when it's needed most. Let's talk about his dialogue with the midfield and the forwards, because again, that is important for a Man United side that struggles to work through the thirds at the moment. Amorim's attack is disjointed, and Cunha, from a profile point of view and from the quality that we've seen this year, is exactly what he needs. Here's how Cunha connects the attack and links with the striker from the left 10 role. Cunha has pushed up to pin the Man United defenders in the last line with the ball on the opposite side of the pitch. But as soon as the ball starts coming his way, Cunha peels off quickly, demanding it to his feet, which I love. He is always looking to get in between the lines into the soft spot inside the defensive block, and he's also constantly scanning. He's checking where his marker is and how much space he has before the ball arrives, crucially. And why is this important? I'll tell you why. Because it allows Cunha to quickly pop it off to one of his teammates before making a run back towards goal, creating that separation from his man. And this is harder and harder to do because so many teams are so defensively astute. So the way you are able to create that separation is by doing it quickly. This example shows Cunha's willingness to receive the ball on the back foot, turning slow build-up into a forward-facing attack. Cunha uses his strength to roll Gravenberch, yeah, that's right, Gravenberch, and drive forward, putting himself into the prime position to hurt Liverpool's backline. And from there, Cunha spots his striker, Larsson, making a dangerous run in behind. He's aware of the situation and he takes a quick touch and plays the ball into space. Look at Cunha here. He's in the left half space, again, ready to receive the ball between those lines. And whilst he could drive into the space, he knows Konsa is indecisive on whether to engage with him or not. And so he takes one touch and quickly plays a pass in behind, creating a big chance in the box. Cunha isn't just static in the half space. It's something that we've seen with a few really exciting players in the league this season, Marmoush being one of them for me. He's someone that's able to actually be a bit more of a second striker at times. And yes, he'll come to this half space to get on the ball, but he's able to make a run in behind and be an outlet. And he receives a long pass as the furthest player forward here. And from there, he's then got the composure to face up the Newcastle defence, wait for his runners and scan for the best option. What's cracking here is that Cunha, he sort of shows his creative spark, scooping a clever ball into the box for a runner, a touch of Brazilian flair, you might say, to spot and attempt something that most players I don't think are even thinking about. This is a passionate guy. And is it one where, first of all, being at Wolves and being the main man, that means he gets the ball more often and he's able to do what he wants to when he wants to. He's got that high confidence. That's something he's really got to protect. And that's something that will be attacked when he goes to Man United. Will Amorim allow him that freedom? Will the other players around him allow him that freedom? And when it comes to that pressure, thriving in it, we've seen he can do that. Will he be allowed to thrive in it? That's another question. And will he be given any kind of leeway? Probably not at Man United. From an emotional point of view, is Cunha the kind of player that could topple over a little bit when it does burn so bright? When you've got Roy Keane, Gary Neville, all the lads hammering you because it's another Super Sunday and you've lost again. Because this is a Man United team that is utterly miles away from where it wants to be right now. We've all seen that this year. So how does Cunha fit at Manchester United? So Cunha will likely slot in as that left-sided number 10. But what does that mean for Bruno Fernandes? I think there's potential for him to become a permanent part of the double pivot, and I like it. But if Amorim still wants to use him as a 10 at times, then a forward line when attacking of Dorgu, Cunha, Fernandes, and Ahmad. And a potential new striker could be a very fun attacking Manchester United that we could see next season. Speaking of strikers, I actually used data to find the perfect striker for Manchester United. If you want to watch that, click right here.